So then, welcome back to the Schalke rebuild. Since that last episode, we had a crazy 7-0 win over Bayern. We had a 3-1 win over Hanover. Ethan led, Kuta, Transdemina, and Amara Hutchinson getting the 3 goals to give us a 3-1 win. And then a 3-1 win away from home against RB Leipzig. David Rome got sent off for Leipzig. Amara Hutchinson getting 2, and Transdemina getting the 3rd in the 89th minute. Over to Hamburger, where Dennis Seaman really did not play well. 3-0 down. We did get 2 goals, and then Jay Stanislau missed a penalty in the 90th minute to make it 3-3. And now we have our first quarterfinal of the series, DFB-Pokal Quarter Final against Borussia Dortmund. And then, if that goes well, we get our semi-final for next episode. But since that last episode, it's not exactly been rosy. Mario Hutchinson's out for between 3 and 5 weeks. Our only backup winger is Jean-Eric Shea, who is not great. Low self-belief, regional division player. We do have Xanthis from our youth, who's slightly better, but is also picking up a knock. We have had to pick up a lot of youth players for our bench this game. Ethan Laird has had a 26 rises into 31 million pound bid from Arsenal. Can't really turn that down, and especially because he wanted to move. We do have Augustin Gay, who can come in. It's not quite as good, but when you get in the best part of 30 million for a player, it's not too bad. We have a £5 million bid for where is he? There, Aris Binder. I think it's not. Is it not him? If I go on, how do I have a look? Recruitment, transfer activity. I just really dumb. I think it's Orich, his name was. But there we go. Up to 31.5 million. 26 up front. And then this one was a little bit weird. Jim Thwaites has got a £15.5 million bid. Just about, from RB Leipzig. But he's at loan at us, so I'm not sure how that works. With the deadline happening in about a week, I hope he doesn't just end up coming back from us. Anyway, we'll have a look at the stages. Quarterfinal. So, did Union Berlin not Bayern out? That is crazy. So, beat Dortmund, and we're probably favourites for this. So, Darmstadt. I mean, Leipzig got knocked out as well. That is crazy. So, if we get a semi-final from this, hopefully Freiburg can do us a favour and even knock out Hoffenheim, and this becomes a little bit easier. But anyway, we still have to do our job. Quarter-final in against Dortmund. Seeming goal with Sanchez, Ihan, Bichibu, Led, Thwaites, Bird, Becker, Schrey, Stansfield, Twazimina, and Harrison. We did have another bid from Pothanopi, which would be with Napoli, for £43.5 million. Being 21 years old in mid-season, I didn't really want to accept it, and didn't. But if it's going to have a bid like that in the summer, I think maybe it's time we let him go. There's been a couple bids for our players, especially when we are like this. Maybe Leonard should start. Yeah, I'm going to start Leonard. Squad numbers given to 2 players. You can have 28. You can have 23. I guess that doesn't really matter too much. But anyway, yeah, quarter-final against Dortmund. Win this, we've got a big chance of getting into the semi-final and final and winning a trophy. But with our squad not exactly in tip-top shape and maybe not even getting any better. So Guarassi. It's not a classic Dortmund side. They still do have Jan Kuto, Nebel, Anton Stack, Kevin Schade and Grassi, but Emre Can on the bench with Schuler. It's not exactly a classic Dortmund side, so pressure's all on them. I mean, we are top of the league, basically. Joint with Bayern Munich, topping off of that. But hopefully we can get a decent result in this one and have a good chance of getting a trophy this season. Then Leonard, back to Seaman, had a really bad game. I even had to talk to him about his recent form because, Harrison's not quite as good, but if he's playing better, then I might have to play him. Out to Ethan Laird. This very well might be his last game away from home. Dortmund, the stadium is 81,000 and Max Bird. Did someone save that or was it deflected? Anyway, it's a corner. Corner from Dortmund, 60 minutes in, Neb to take. Seaman is out, and Anton Stack. Seaman didn't exactly cover himself with glory in that one. Came out and just didn't get there. Anton Stack puts Dortmund 1-0 up. Becker over to Tarasumina, doesn't quite win it. Nabel to Kevin Schade, gets past Laird, shot, and honestly I thought that was in. Laird on the ball for the throw-in to Bird. Really not been at the gate races this so far. Nabel still only 20 minutes in. Good channel down, that makes it a little bit harder. Backwards in behind. Good save by Seaman over to the top, over the bar. Corner though to Dortmund. Svensson. They did already score a corner this game, so can't be too bad. Led away. Grassi was under it. Probably need to pick up the pieces for Dortmund to Anton. Beraldo, Stack. Beraldo. Dortmund, Jan Kuto. Up to Nabel. Bakwa. Decent dribbling from him. Kuto. Bakwa. Crossfield ball into Schade. Back post Grassi. Good save by Seaman. I mean, we are on the ropes. And with the foot in, just keeps falling back to them. Schade. Leonard gets another foot in. Goes back to him. Just get it back. Straight up to Laird. We're just missing so many goals with Hutchinson out for 4 or 5 weeks as well. Over to Laird. That right hand side, especially when Laird goes, shot from range over the bar. When Laird goes, that right hand side is not really great, and Stansfield's very tired. Big kick from Thwaites right on the side. Crossfield ball in, and it's way too close to the keeper. Not good. Right, Thanasis is on for Stansfield. Deep free kick from Thwaites. Shot. Decent, but over the bar. 57 minutes in, still 1-0 Dortmund. Bakawa down the right hand side. 65 on the clock. Dortmund's still the better team. Svensson. Shot. Leonard blocks. Thwaites up to Schrey. Our front line is not great now, and that is probably just evidence of it. Back when Nebel, Garassi, turn and shot, and there is 2-0. Barring VR rolling this out, this might be the end of our cup run. VR checking the goal. It is disallowed. Our cup run is still on. Come on, guys. Dennis Seaman. Long ball up to Laird. Can he do something? Oh, wow, that was. Does win him back though. Schrey to Laird. Can he get a good ball in? Can we get at least an equaliser? Keep this game alive. Up to Thwaites. To Bird. Shot. Not really what we need. Seaman. Cross the ball to Becker. Can we get something down the left hand side? If anything's going to happen, it's probably going to be down the left hand side. Santhus. Thwaites up to the Laird. Couple around the box. Just have a lot to do. Laird. Still Laird. Schrey shot blocked. Anton away. Dortmund get it back though through Garassi and back to Svensson. I think maybe one more chance. Laird on the ball. Shadow away pretty easily. Last couple seconds. Looks like our quarter-final might be over and Dortmund might even get a second. It's the problem when you have big games and our squad just isn't that great. Schrey is behind though. Schrey It's got a lot to do. Involve Sanford Stray over the bar. I think that might be it. There it is, the full-time whistle. We are out of the DFB Pokal at the quarter-final stage. Was a perfect chance to win the competition if it was to win this game, but we've got Stansfield that's barely fit, and then two youngsters playing Hutchinson out as well for 5 weeks. It's not exactly the best time to play Dortmund, and one shot on target in 90 minutes, not exactly going to win a game. Anyway, that is the end of that game. We'll go into our league form and hopefully no more injuries. And there is official 26 million up to 31, and Ethan Laird is off to Arsenal. Deadline day as well, so I think, should we register the 16-year-old? Kind of says a lot when we have to register a 16-year-old for a quarter final. Alright, we do have a game in hand over Bayern Munich, and we are still at the top of the league by 6 points. So win this game, we might have a decent. The fact that Bayern have lost 3 and drawn 1 of their last 5, not exactly great for them. But we're not exactly in the greatest of form either, losing back-to-back games for the first time in, I think, this season. But Bayer Leverkusen now, who are 10th. So here is the lineup. Seaman at starting goal with Leonard, Ihan, Bishabu, Gay, Thwaite, Bird, Becker, Shrey, Stanson, and Taratsu Mida. Thwaite to Leonard. This is a pretty decent by Leverkusen side, so the fact that they're mid-table is a little bit strange. Taratsu Mida is dangerous on the left hand side to Becker, Bishabu. Not sure we're going to be the best for the next couple of weeks. Tratsumid is in behind, and apparently the keeper saved that. I'm not sure how he saved that. Palacios over to Erman. Belosian. Do have Grimaldo. Oh, there he is. Ben Seguir, Ansu Fati, Victor Boniface. Up to Tratsumida, in behind, shot from distance, and I mean, did well in this situation, but really need that to be on target. Tratsumida up to Becker. Did have a £23.5 million bid on deadline day for Becker, but our backups for him just aren't that great, and I think we can probably get a bit more for him. Alright, Gay is behind, a little bit lucky, and he scores. 37 minutes in, Austin Gay. Laird was a very big player from us, so Austin Gay's got some big boots to fill, and if he's going to score goals like that, I think he's starting very well. Thwaites to Bird, edge of the box, shot, Ray over the bar. A little bit of a spoon from Max Bird. Really expect better from him. There is half time, Schalke 1, Leverkusen 0. And the clock still 1-0. Long ball up to Shrey. Is his first real opportunity in the first team. There's a bit of space. Probably could have shot. Does find Bird and Thwaites. Decent football on the edge of the box. Thwaites after Becker. Can you get a ball in or find a teammate? To Bird. Shot. I mean, somehow the keeper's let that in. 59 minutes in. Max Bird. 3 goals, 3 assists for him. And it is 2-0. Last couple of minutes in this one, Becker to Bashibu, still 2-0. Did bring on Thanstis because Stansfield's not been great. I mean, he is 16, but a lot of potential. Especially when Stansfield's not been great and not exactly match fit. Taratsu Mida really should have been doing better from that angle. There is full time. Schalke 2, Leverkusen and 0. We are still top of the league, with a decent gap over Dortmund, over Leverkusen. The fact that Dortmund is 6th and we lost to them last game probably means that game was probably a little bit easier than we probably should have made it. But Anyway, over to the league for the rest of the season. Hopefully we can at least get Champions League. I think Champions League might be sorted by now. But anyway, that is the end of today's episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.